In the world of immense wealth and power, names like Walton, Gates, and Bezos often dominate the headlines. However, lurking in the shadows is a family that has quietly amassed a staggering fortune, making them one of the richest and most influential families on the planet. This is the story of the Koch family, a tale of ambition, innovation, international intrigue, and even bitter family feuds. The Koch family's journey to immense wealth begins with Fred Chase Koch, born in Quanah, Texas, on September 23, 1900. His father, Harry Koch, was a Dutch immigrant who initially worked as a printer's apprentice before immigrating to the United States in pursuit of the American dream. He eventually purchased the Tribune-Chief newspaper, providing the family with a modest living. Fred's journey took him to Rice University in 1917, where he spent 2 years before transferring to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. In 1922, he graduated with a degree in chemical engineering and quickly entered the workforce. Fred's career took him to Texaco, where he likely worked as a chemical engineer. He climbed the corporate ladder, eventually becoming the chief engineer at the Medway Oil and Storage Company. However, Fred Koch harbored a desire to follow in his father's entrepreneurial footsteps. In 1925, he seized an opportunity, partnering with a fellow MIT classmate, Keith, who had established the Keith Winkler Engineering Company. When Keith left the business, Fred Koch took the reins. Fred Koch, though a small player in the oil industry, sought innovative solutions to compete with the giants. His first major achievement was the development of an efficient thermal cracking process, enabling small refineries to convert crude oil into gasoline. Larger oil companies quickly noticed this invention and launched a barrage of 44 lawsuits against Fred in an attempt to stifle his progress. Remarkably, Fred emerged victorious in 43 of these lawsuits, with the one loss attributed to a bribed judge. His resilience and legal victories allowed him to continue his business endeavors in the United States. However, the constant litigation made conducting business in the US challenging, leading Fred to seek international opportunities. In the late 1920s, Fred Koch ventured into the Soviet Union, initially cautious about working with the Soviets due to concerns about payment. Nevertheless, he demanded upfront payment, and by 1929, he was collaborating with Soviet officials to establish 15 oil refineries in the Soviet Union. Fred also trained Bolshevik engineers to operate these refineries, and the partnership appeared to thrive initially. However, when the Soviets gained expertise and began removing Koch employees, Fred decided to cut ties with the Soviet Union, regretting the collaboration. Back in the United States, he continued to face legal challenges but explored opportunities in Germany. Fred's business interests in Germany during the 1930 raised eyebrows, especially considering the political climate at the time. Rumors suggest that Fred narrowly avoided a tragic fate aboard the Hindenburg during one of his trips to Germany. By the end of the 1930, Fred had wrapped up his commitments in Germany and accumulated significant wealth, international connections, and invaluable experience. In 1941, with $1.5 million in winnings from his lawsuits, as well as extensive international experience and connections, Fred Koch founded Koch Engineering Company. Over the next 2 decades, he navigated the American business landscape, making partnerships, acquisitions, and deals that transformed him into a multi-decamillionaire businessman by the 1960. However, Fred faced his final major challenge, deciding the future of his business after his death. He had 4 sons, but none of them initially showed strong interest in running the family business. Fred Jr., the eldest, attended Harvard, but pursued a humanities degree that didn't align with the family business. It took an ultimatum for Charles Koch, the most educated son with a background in engineering, to join the company in 1961. Tragically, Fred Chase Koch passed away just 6 years later in 1967, leaving Charles as the new CEO and chairman of the company. In the years following Fred's death, Charles worked diligently to grow the business, with David, another son, also playing a significant role. However, Bill, the third son, didn't join the company until 1974. Despite his qualifications in chemical engineering from MIT, Bill faced career challenges within the company, primarily due to the profitability of the divisions he managed. Tensions within the family erupted in 1979 when Bill took issue with Charles's political contributions and spending, which were aligned with libertarian principles. Bill organized a coup to take control of the family business, but this endeavor failed. Nevertheless, the rift within the family had been exposed, and Charles decided to give Bill what he wanted. In 1983, a buyout was arranged, with Bill receiving $470 million and Fred Jr. receiving $330 million. Charles hoped this would bring peace to Koch Industries, but it was short-lived. Bill later claimed he was underpaid, leading to more lawsuits against the company. Despite gaining additional funds, Bill's actions strained his relationships with Charles and David. As of today, Koch Industries stands as a massive conglomerate with approximately 100,000 employees and annual revenues of $115 billion, surpassing the likes of Facebook. Charles and David Koch each amassed fortunes worth $62 billion. Tragically, David Koch passed away due to prostate cancer 2 years ago, with his wealth now managed by his wife Julia. In contrast, Charles Koch, now 85 years old, remains the CEO and chairman of Koch Industries. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the Koch family's fascinating history. If you enjoyed this video and want more captivating stories, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss an update. And don't forget to like and share this video with fellow history enthusiasts. Until next time, stay curious.